Hello, hello. Good evening. Oh wait. Ah, okay. Everything else. Hello, everyone. Bonsoir. Good evening. Good afternoon, or good day to, well, wherever you are. Well, it's been quite a bit of time since the last time I streamed. Like it's been like since last week's Wednesday. In the end, I couldn't stream on Thursday. Sorry about that. Well, uh, a bit sorry at least because I didn't quite expect it. Well, I expected it to turn out fine. Well, kinda fine. But in the end, it wasn't possible for me to stream before leaving on Thursday. So in the end, I didn't. Wait, give me a second to check something. All right. Um, yeah. Today, well, it's. I kind of wanted to call it a guerrilla stream, but I kind of announced it at the same time on my schedule, so I guess that's not totally it, or something like that. Something that I didn't quite manage to do was putting together a playlist before starting it up. I guess for the next time I'm playing Passpartout, I'm gonna have to do something about it. Actually, let's get to the game itself because well, there is not much point in waiting for it. Let's switch. Alright, let me go over here. Is the game working properly? Yes, it is. Gonna stop my wait, is the game even... It's starting properly, yes. If I press continue, let me see if I get any sound at all. Before I switch over to this one. Oh yeah, I was in Act 2, pursuing the craft. I'm gonna... wait. I guess I'm gonna try to reset my position. Is the game sound even working? I can't hear anything. Wait. Let me... If I activate it? Yes. Wait. Did the game audio crash or something? Yes, kinda. Okay. Let me put back my BGM for a sec and let me check out. Oh. Okay. That's because my computer for some reason decided that... Oh. Can you hear? Yeah, you can hear me properly. But for some reason now it's... Okay, now it's VTube Studio time to just screw with me and not use my input. Great. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's better. I just reloaded it. Alright. Okay, let's get started then. And let's see. Let's press continue. Yes, I got some in the game. Let's pause the BGM. And should be kind of fine on your side. Let me put it up a bit. I guess it's not spooky season anymore in the game, so yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get that up. So where was I in this game? I'm gonna start by just starting the drawing part. Oh yeah, I put up my nice looking horse mask. And it actually, is even VTube Studio correctly finding me? Let's see. Yes, that should be kind of better, I guess. Let's try that. Okay. Almost forgot everything about this game. Yeah, putting lots of colors around here. And what should I draw today? Let's see. Let's do something. Oh yeah, let's do something. No, I wouldn't say cliche, but let's do... Well, I kind of want to do the NFL Tower, but that's way too cliche. Let's go with something a little less known. Let's go with the Arc de Triomphe. The Arc of Triumph. I guess that's how I would translate literally. And not the one that's being covered right now, because that's very disgraceful in my opinion. But okay, let's get started with the drawing. How do I want it? I'm gonna try something. Well, I'm gonna try roughly like go like this with it in front of us. Let's just let me wipe it all down, and let's get started then. I know there is an avenue coming up towards the Arc de Triomphe that's kind of looking very good. If I remember correctly, let me actually. I think it was something like going like this and this and and then you got the Place de l'Étoile and then the Arc de Triomphe going in like this. Actually, let me find some reference because yeah, otherwise I'll probably just. Oh yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Okay, so not on one road, obviously. Well, one way only. It's lots of them. Okay, let's restart that. Whoa. Let's get started with something like. I guess I'm gonna put out the blue sky first, because otherwise I'll get into some troubles afterward. Let's go with something like this. Yeah, and recolor that with the whole Arc de Triomphe thing. Let's go with a finer painting tool. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's get started like that then. Yeah, normally those things would be white, but since I don't have any white, and well, actually, wait, I could just. Would that work for a road? Yeah, I guess that would. Let's paint the road like this, or like that. Let's do it like that. Yes, very much like it. Oh, actually, let's do it like that because I'm gonna recolor it anyway. And let's put down. There is some kind of paving thingy in the middle. I'm not even sure about the color. Wait, let me check that out. It's kind of a light gray sand color. Well, let's go with just the sand colors then. And I'm gonna just add some details afterwards. Well, some bits of it, because obviously that's not gonna be perfect at all. So yeah, while I'm doing that, let me tell you a bit about this weekend. So this weekend, well, more than only the weekend, I was at an anime convention called Art to Play. It's a small French anime convention, obviously already mentioned that. Wait, let me. Is it gonna work if I do it like this? Yeah, well, that's gonna be very bad. I'm just gonna leave it at that and just repaint it. Yes, like this. Yeah, it's a small, nice. Well, small. I say small, but it's actually getting quite a decent attendance now. I think there are like more than 10,000 visitors. Actually, let me check that out. I find. I shouldn't try to talk with my pen in my mouth. Actually, I'm trying to just find on the side what their attendance was this year, but I can't. Just for the details, because, well. Oh. So in 2018, they already had more than 28,000 visitors, so that's way more than expected. And it's a small anime. Well, small. I always say small, but it's actually kind of big for something like that. So I guess they have something like 10,000 per day. Well, at least 10,000. I guess it would be around 15,000. And this year with COVID, well, actually not COVID, but getting back from COVID, lots of people went back from not attending convention to attending, and I guess the attendance rate, well, I wouldn't say skyrocketed, but yeah, it was way up from before. So yeah, well, let me do this like this. There are some trees on both sides, like here and here. I'm talking about my drawing, obviously. Like, let's put it nicely like that. And there is some more roads around and more on the other side as well. And what was I saying? Yes, it's got this year. It had quite more attendance than previously. So yeah, it was. Well, I wouldn't say crowded because it was kind of weird, to be honest. Like the first day, they kind of, despite being kind of, I wouldn't say called out, but warned beforehand by visitors about another convention called, well, this one, you might know about this one because R2 plays, it's kind of niche. I don't expect any viewers from outside of France to know about R2 play, but the other one is called Paris Manga, well, Paris Manga, because I guess in English I should say Paris and Paris. And so Paris Manga had quite a bit of troubles with its attendance, actually, and basically they had too many visitors, and well, they publicly said that yeah, they kind of didn't close the, how do you say that in English, like I forgot the name for that, the ticket books, like they oversold tickets or something like that. And unfortunately that's something that, well, I'm not gonna point fingers or anything like that, but I have my doubts about it, to be honest. But anyway, I digress here. And basically we had all over the internet, like on Twitter mainly, we had lots of videos of people being well, queuing in for Paris Manga, to attend Paris Manga, but like the whole crowd control, like there were no proper lines made for people, there were no lots of things, like security was not wasn't up to standard, and even, how do you call it, social distancing was not respected at all. And that's something that's kind of hurting, I guess, anime conventions. Well, kind of hurted anime conventions because it gives off a bad vibe about it. I mean, for normal people, not. Of course, the most hardcore anime fan won't care about that, and they'll still come, and they very much don't care about it. But for other people, like, I would say less hardcore people, like the ones that attend anime conventions, at least not as much as those hardcore fans do, or even, you know, family kind of attendees, they're gonna be put off by that, I guess. And that's kind of what happened in Paris Manga. Like the second day, they had way less attendance, since well, they said, yeah, blah blah blah, we fixed that. Yeah, I kind of don't believe it, and I kind of personally think that it's something about less people coming in because they saw on Twitter, or they went like on the first day but couldn't attend because of the sheer number of people and stuff like that. So a lot of people, I guess, were put off and kind of canceled the second day, or intended on coming the second day only and didn't in the end, because, well, second day was way less crowded than the first day. So yeah, in a sense, Paris Manga was kind of a meh experience, I would say, at best. I would say even, yeah, that's a bad experience, but yeah, that'd be my kind of personal opinion. Well, obviously, I'm giving off my personal opinion here, but yeah, I'm trying to stay a bit objective, you know, so I don't give off the vibes of being someone who just want to hate on paramanga, because I've got lots of reason to hate paramanga, but yeah, on this one I'm just gonna try and stay objective, you know. But yeah, there was a lot of people complaining about how they handled the whole ordeal, and wait a second, around here, yes, and so I guess, well, some people want. Let me see. Wait. Is that the right color I want, or do I want this one? I actually want kind of both. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, that's better. So. Like. For art to play, I'm going back to this one. People kind of talked about it with the organizer, because actually the main, like the lead organizer of it, which is a guy called David, and he's kind of managing this convention. Another one which is also kind of famous, called Polymanga, which is in Switzerland. Do you say Switzerland in English? Swiss? Yeah, Switzerland. Yeah, I'm always messing up those ones. It's just like Germany. I always call Germany Deutschland, because yeah, that's how I learned it at school, due to me learning German when I was back in school. But anyway, I digress. And so, yeah, they were kind of not warned. Like, people were kind of telling them they were worried about. Yeah, is art to play gonna be the same as? Is it gonna be? Wait, actually, I just. This tree is totally not like that. Like, this one is a bit more like. Yeah, let's go with a big fluff thing like that, and go with a bit of. That's a bit too far. I was thinking. I'm gonna digress again, because I love digressing. But the previous Passpartout BGM was kind of trying to be a bit spooky, because it was spooky season with Halloween and stuff, but I kind of didn't like it, to be honest. And because it was trying to be spooky, but it wasn't that spooky, and yeah, I really prefer this one, this more chilly vibe BGM that we have right now. But yeah, digressing off. So, back to art to play. Some visitors were kind of, worried about the fact that, yeah, we might have some art to play, which was gonna be some kind of paramanga bis, or something like that. Paramangas 2, or something like that, about this attendance problem, and well, David actually answered to them by saying, yeah, no, it's not gonna be like that, because we're okay with that, we already planned for it, blah blah blah. And so, yeah, I guess when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's cool, okay, I'm gonna give you the benefit of doubt, because I was kind of doubting it, but at the same time I was like, yeah, but Paris manga is like twice the size of art to play, and yeah, it's how would I say it? It's less. It got less of that chill vibe that art to play kind of have, and so I was thinking, yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just me. I'm just being like over dramatic about it, and yeah, well. Anyway, whatever. Let's get on with it. And actually, it was not that great. Like the first day was not that great due to that, but not for the same reason. Like in Parimanga, we had kind of chaos-like situation in which too many people were accepted inside. Like you got people who paid for their ticket prior to the event, like prepaid, got prepaid ticket to enter the convention, and others were like coming on the day and only paying here, like on ticket boxes. And yeah, oh, this one is actually cut like this one is kind of squarish. I'm talking about this tree, obviously. Yep, more like that. But yeah, anyway, and in Parimanga it was kind of a chaos-like situation, but in R2 Play it was more of a it wasn't like too controlled, but yeah, basically the problem was they had problems with the security, not in a that bad way, but I mean, they couldn't let enough people to enter. So the convention itself wasn't too crowded, which was not a bad thing in itself. But actually lots of people were just queuing outside, and I heard reports of people waiting for 3 hours in order to enter the convention, despite coming in quite late. Like, okay, the convention the convention center opened at like 9 a.m. for visitors, but no, I mean, yes. So yeah, wait, my brain is kind of freezing right now. Yes, it opened at 9 a.m. But basically, when you arrive at something like 6 a.m., yeah, waiting for 3 hours is a given, because yeah, the convention center is only gonna open like 3 hours later. That's fine. Well, that's fine if you are okay with waiting that long. But yeah, technically that's fine. But on the other hand, if you arrive at something like, I think it was 10 a.m., and you're waiting for 3 hours to queue just to enter, it's kind of like, yeah, not that great anymore. Well, it's not fine, I mean. And that's actually what basically happened on the first day. And I kind of talked to staff, because I've got a friend who works as a staff for the convention itself. And basically what he told me was that they had some kind of troubles with the security guys. Basically, well, security was contracted. Well, how do I say it? Like, they contracted a security company to handle the security thingy. So that's fine in itself, but basically they also had like volunteers helping this whole convention itself. And they also handled, well, not the security itself, but they handled stuff like checking for, how do you call it in English? We got those COVID pass, which are stuff that they give you in order to prove that you've been either that you don't have the COVID because you've got a test result proving that, or that you are vaccinated, so technically you are immune to COVID, and, well, you know the drill. That's probably in each and every country they all have their own sort of that. And I realize my Arc de Triomphe is looking very ugly. It more looks like a tower right now, so I'm just gonna... Yeah. Actually, the outside is okay, but the inside should be a bit closer. I guess something like that. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I think I put too many details and I kind of run those badly. Oh well, hope they'll like it anyway. I'm gonna use this color because it's kind of like the... When it's under the sun, it's kind of the same color and I don't have anything approaching it more than that. But anyway, yeah, and basically they had some kind of fight, I guess, like the security, the professional security guys kind of told them to, well, just stop doing what they were doing because they were bad at it. And unfortunately, it means like they had volunteers to check for those passes. Like you have to actively check them. Like you got a smartphone app that tells you when someone shows you a QR code that yes, this QR code is valid and this person has been vaccinated or tested negative for COVID and stuff like that. Nothing all too interesting about it. But doing that, well, in itself, it doesn't take that much time. But when you have like 15,000 people to check, yeah, it's gonna take quite a bit of time, because even if you spend only like 10 to 20 seconds to check someone, well, multiply that by 15,000 people. Well, obviously the 15,000 people were not in here at the same time, like at the very beginning of the con. Yeah, that's a bit of a given, but you still have to check them. Check probably a few thousand, and I would say at the opening, that's when most people come in. Let's be honest about it. So at least half of the people were kind of in here. So I would expect something like 7,000 to 8,000 people waiting outside to be checked for that. And yeah, apparently the security staff only had like 2 people to check all those people. So that means that each of them had to check something that, like at least 3,000 to 4,000 people at the opening, which is not something you want to do. And yeah, basically on the first day, I kind of saw that because I kind of had a way to get in before that. I actually got in as an exhibitor due to my connections, and yeah, I could see at the first hours that, well, during the first, let's say, I think 3 hours, yeah, something like up to midday, like 12 p.m. There were like, I wouldn't say no one, but you know, visitors were coming in like one by one almost. So yeah, the flow of people you could see in the alleys, well, like, yeah, there's not that much people. Like, you wouldn't expect that amount of people from a convention like that. And yeah, it felt a bit like, yeah, is it really okay? Is everything okay? Something like that, you know. And in the end, yeah, people got in, and that's bad. My drawing's bad. Let me correct that quickly. Or can I? Can I still fix that? Wait. Give me a sec. Give me a second here. So that I can just... I'm gonna at least get something parallel. Something like that. Yeah, that's still bad looking, but at least it works. Kinda. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's fine. Oh, you've got those frontal singing. Obviously, I'm not gonna draw all the details on that, but yeah, there's stuff in here and stuff in here. I'm just gonna put a bit of points and dots. Well, dots and stuff. Well, Wait, that's not aligned at all where I wanted it to be aligned. But yeah, anyway, on the first day it was this kind of feeling, and we had to wait up until, I don't know, maybe something like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. until we could see enough people to be like, oh yeah, that's a more decent amount of people. But by the time it happened, I actually got to talk to a bit of visitors here and there, and they were all like, yeah, we waited for hours outside, blah blah blah. And actually, well, it's not freezing cold outside, but it's like less than 10 degrees. Well, it's Celsius for the American out here. 10 degrees Celsius. Let me convert that because I have no idea how to convert from one to another. It's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you who lives in the US. So yeah, it's not freezing cold, but it's like, yeah, spending 2 to 3 hours out there in this temperature, it's not that's not something pleasant. Like it's not cool. Well, that's not cool. That's cold. So yeah, apparently, obviously I don't have the numbers for that, but some people, or I don't know if it's lots or a few of them, but some people basically gave up on the first day. Well, like, yeah, I'm not waiting for that long. I'm just gonna go home. Particularly the people that lived near the convention center, like in the city itself. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it's not in Paris. It's in a city called Nantes. Nantes. If I were to say it in English, because you would pronounce the S, like Nantes. It's on the west coast, like northern west coast of France. It's a bit, well, it's right south of the Brittany region. For those of you who knows a bit of French geography, and it's a decently sized city. Like it's kind of, actually, let me check. Population. It got, oh, I was expecting more than that. 300,000 people, which is decent in France. Like if you were to compare, oh yeah, but it's only its cities. Its metropolitan area is like almost 1 million people, and if you want to compare that to, I don't know, Paris, like Paris itself is like population. Paris itself is like 2 million people. If you only get the center region, and if you go for the whole metropolitan area, it should be around 10 million people. But that's the densest, the most dense region of France. So yeah, you've got tons of people out there basically. So yeah, Nantes is actually kind of a decently sized city, so lots of people that came to the convention were actually locals, and so I guess lots of them basically gave up on the idea of going in like on Saturday due to that. So some people on those, okay, those pillars thingy got some thick kind of column thing in front of them, and they have sculpture of people in front of that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have a real struggle trying to draw them, so bear with me here. I'm just gonna try to, not even tracing them. Like my pen is not gonna be fine enough for that. If I were to be able to zoom on that part, yeah, maybe I might be able to pull something off, but like this, I'm just gonna draw like stickmen. Well, better version of them, but stickmen still. Yeah, like this, like that, and there is someone lying around here, like that. and there is some kind of wing thingy around here. This is looking so bad. Well, that's Passpartout. Whatever. Yeah, so back to the convention itself. What was I saying? Yeah, and basically on Sundays, I kinda fixed that problem. Like, they basically managed to get the volunteers back in the game, and yeah, they had. Oh, actually, there are some those wings. I might be able to draw them. Yeah, that's not proper, but yes, I'm trying. I can't draw the details of that, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, no choice here. Should I? Yeah, I'm tempted to draw those cars. Well, some cars, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I can't draw properly, and my perspective is all over the place. Yeah, wait, no. Let's redo that. As I was saying, my perspective is all over the place. Let's do it like this. There's like 3 ways. Yeah. Now that's better. Kinda. Yeah. Very much kinda. And actually, this thing is not black. It's actually just a delimitation. So it's in this same grayish color. Yeah. That's more like it. Okay, and let's do the same over here, like this, that, and here, tic tac. Yes, that's much better. And normally there's like a roundabout going around here. But how can I draw that properly? There's not much I can do about this one, so I'm just gonna end it with the small place around here, like this. Yeah, kinda like that. Kinda want to differentiate it by using another color, but there is none. I'm already struggling with those colors. I guess I'm gonna put down a black line to differentiate the building itself from the place, like this. And that was very terrible. As you can see, I can't draw straight. Like that? Yeah, no. Let's redraw. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that then. And yes, on Sundays I basically got the volunteers back into the game, so it was way more fluid, and you could see that, like you could sense it, because the flow of people was way better, which is great. Basically, what we had, the attendance rate we had, well, the feeling we had, because obviously I don't have the numbers, I only just guesstimating. But yeah, the attendance rate was kind of the same on Saturday at 3-4 p.m. as the attendance rate we could feel from 10 or 11 a.m. on the Sunday, which is cool. Actually, that's pretty cool that they kind of fixed it that fast. Because on the flip side, like if you go for Paramanga, basically a lot of people just basically gave up, and the alleys that were crowded, like overcrowded on Saturday, were like, I wouldn't say empty, but yeah, there were definitely not the same amount of people on Sunday in Paramanga. Am I done with this drawing? Let me see. I could put down a car, but that would be, yeah, that would be bad. I can't, well, I can't draw anything, to be honest, but I could draw a car, but it's gonna be very small due to the whole thingy. Like a car would be something in between those, and basically the reference I have is for cars to be around this zone. So yeah, no. I guess I'll just end it here, like this one. Yeah. Sébastien Rivière. Yes. Let's put it around here, and let's call that tourist trap. Hey. All right. Let's get started with the new ones then. Let's see. Let me check. No, well, not check, but think of a subject. This one too complex for me. Sad. Well, okay, that's fine. Don't buy it then. Go buy something else. And this time I'm gonna draw. What am I gonna draw? Yeah, I get it. You don't like. Actually, those drawings, nobody's interested in them. I'm just gonna remove them because they're just annoying me, to be honest. Like every single time, people are like, "Oh no, I don't like it." Oh, this one is. Ooh, whoa, whoa, 14,766 euros. Do I want to negotiate that or not? Actually, no, that's fine. That's fine, Mary. Fair. You like it? I like it. Alright. Cool. And whoa, that's way too much stuff. Okay, new tool unlocked. Okay, to announce your carrier, you must please the more respectable customer. The high bond leader. Whoa, stop. Passpartout is generating big. Detail. God damn it. Didn't have time to read all that. Oh, okay. Well, why did the BGM stop? Like, is it the moment on which I should level up? I mean, go to the next act or something like that? And that lady is just waiting for me to just... Oh, she's just waiting for me to put down something. Okay. Let's do something very unclassy. No, that's not... I forgot to sign it. Let's dump it. Yeah, I guess she's just gonna like whatever I'm doing right now, which is gonna be very funny. Let's do it something... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I have an idea now. I have an idea. Wait. I'm gonna draw a flower. A very basic one. And wait. What? There's only this guy. Let's see. Give me a second. I just wanna complete. No. I know. I'm just gonna. It's not a flower. Okay. I'm just gonna troll them now. Omelette du fromage, which is... Yeah, you probably know about this one, but... Omelette du fromage is actually a bad way of saying it in French. If you were French, you would say omelette au fromage, which is not the same. It's as if I said omelette... instead of omelette with cheese, I said omelette of cheese, or something like that, which is definitely wrong. And... Oh, progress to next art. I've got an achievement that I can't read because it's in the corner. So, okay, let me read that out loud. Invitation. This letter regards an invitation to my castle. I am utmost impressed by your craftsmanship in the fine art. Your piece, Omelette du fromage, truly struck me with awe.
The way you use alabaster warms my usually cold heart. You let this piece take the time it deserved, and it truly shows. I hereby invite you to my castle, where you will live in one of my towers. Declining could be seen as a criminal offense, or at least it would be a most cruel blow to your career. Marie. Wait, wasn't that Mary before? Now it's Marie? Why did they switch from an English sounding name? Like, yeah, you can see that. Like, it's Mary, and now it's Marie. Like, it's a French one. Okay, but I'm gonna accept your offer. Anyway, let's say Act 3 by royal decree. Wait, isn't Passpartout supposed to be happening like in a recent days or something like that? Because now it feels like, yeah, I've reverted back to medieval time, or at least Renaissance one. And where am I now? Am I like some kind of princess atop of a high tower or something like that, waiting for her prince to come and save her? Okay. Let's see, I'm just gonna draw this one. Let's see. Let's draw the Palace of the Tuileries. The Tuileries Palace. Wait, let me get a good reference. Yes, images. Thanks, Google Images. It's great to have you here. But isn't that gonna be a bit too hard for me? Well, not too hard, I mean... There's no decent looking point, I guess? It feels a bit too squarey. Paris Swiss Hotel. Okay, let's try that anyway. The Tuileries is actually like the old palace the kings of France used before they switched during Louis XIV, which is one of the most known French kings, after maybe Louis XVI, which was the one we beheaded, well, the first one we beheaded at least. So let's see. Wait, let's put it like this. Guess it makes more sense to have it in like this. Let's see. Can I? Yes. Cool. So yeah, the kings of France used to live in the Tuileries Palace when they switched to Paris, and basically Louis. Whoa, that's definitely not something I wanted. Let's paint all that grey. I love how my character is moving when I'm doing something like that. Like, look at that. Left, right. Okay, that's funny. Let's erase all that. Okay. Yeah, they basically switched to the Versailles Palace, which is a very famous and most well-known one. Bills inbound. I hope I'm not gonna pay for the rent because... Wait. I still need to pay for the rent? Like, really? And I'm paying for Merlot and lavish parties and mini baguettes. Like, normal baguette is not good enough anymore? And I mean, if... Okay, the cost kind of skyrocketed, I guess. So we better get painting now. Yeah, as they said, if you don't have any baguettes, you can just have brioche or something like that. So yeah, basically Louis XIV didn't like... Well, it's not that he didn't like Paris that much, but he wanted some kind of, you know, way to be out of the Paris populace. Like, he wanted his own castle to be outside of Paris, basically. And yeah, that's why he built
I can't remember if he was the one that started it now that I say it. Because at that time, like, castles were built over a long period of time. Actually, let me check that out. Chateau de Versailles. I think he started it and he kind of finished it, if I remember correctly. Wait, no, there's no way. Okay, so it's Louis XIII that's starting it as a simple hunting lodge, and then he expanded it. Well, he replaced it with a small castle. I don't know why the Wikipedia article that says chateau in English as well. Don't you want to say palace? Well, not palace, but wait, no. Why would you say chateau in the first place? Like, it's not a wine. Oh well, and basically Louis XIV expanded it, and it kind of continued with Louis 15 and 16, but I guess the most well-known one for being in here was Louis 14, and basically, yeah, he kind of spent all of his time around here because, yeah, it kind of was, you are out of the populace is not here, like you don't see all those peasants and stuff. Well, and despite the fact that Paris was not only made of peasants, I guess, even at that time, but I digress. But yeah, he wanted not to be mixed with the general population and wanted his court to be here so that we are not. It's kind of easier to differentiate from the general population. And I forgot to put out the sky, so I'm gonna have to. Okay, wait. Actually, that's bad. Let's reduce that. Let's put down the sky. And next, this. And this. This. And up this thing. This. Going up. Like that. Kind of like that. This is very bad. My proportions are all over the place, but whatever. As long as I like it, I guess I'm gonna be fine with that. Actually, no. Even myself, I'm not satisfied with that. Let's already put down this color right here and here. Coloring stuff. Yeah, I like that. Having trouble painting stuff, well, coloring stuff, without going outside of the small lines. Yeah, I'm a school grader now. But yeah, so anyway, he kind of wanted his court to be like, not mixed with the general population, and yeah. I guess I understand this point of view. Like, well, anybody could understand his point of view. He just wanted to be surrounded by his nobles and stuff like that, and didn't want to be all too preoccupied by the state of affairs with the general population. But at the same time, it's kind of also what participated, but well, that's not the number one reason for that, but it kind of participated in the decline of the state, I would say, which kind of ended up in the revolution like 2 generations later down the line. Actually, most people just think like people kind of revolted because, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, we don't want a king anymore. But one of the main reasons was actually like it was a consequence of something, not just because people didn't want a king anymore. Actually, a lot of people didn't care about that. A lot of people in France were actually fine with having a king. The problem was the people were kind of starving at that time. We had some very bad set of circumstances that made it possible for the revolution to happen. Like we had the... Wait, let me just do it like this. Actually, The roof is like that. Like this. Yeah, and yeah, let's do it like that. This chimney goes down here. It's kind of bent, but let me correct that. Like this. Yeah, much better. And put down this thingy here. Did I mix up my colors again? I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna assume not. Yeah, one of the main reasons was the war in the US. Like, for those of you who are living here, be glad that we help you out there. Well, if you know your American Revolution stuff, you know that the French helped quite a bit, basically with selling arms and sending out people. And well, you probably know about the Lafayette Marquis, le Marquis de Lafayette. You probably know about this name. He was a famous noble French nobleman that helped a lot during the, well, I wouldn't say helped a lot because the Americans were also a lot of, responsible themselves for their own revolution, but on the French part, he helped quite a lot, helping the American with our revolution. And well, that's all fine and dandy, but basically why we did that was not only because, oh, we like freedom, liberty, and stuff like that. No. Basically, one of the main reasons was because we wanted only to piss off the English, which were great, actually. But the main problem with that is that we kind of overspent for this war. And basically, the French state was in heavy debt at that point. And guess who is gonna pay for the debt? Well, probably not the nobles. Well, they kind of participated as well, but yeah, the ones that took the blunt of it were basically the general population, and they kind of. I'm gonna just put a figure around here because there is one, but yeah, I don't really know from the definition of the picture I'm using what kind of thing it is. Oh well. So yeah, basically the state was, well, the state was kind of poor, I would say. Like the treasury, the state of the treasury was very bad. And Louis XVI basically inherited of a state that was, well, of a country that was not on par with what it used to be. And well, my perspective is so bad. Like, it should be like this. It shouldn't even be like that. It's I hate my own drawing. It's very bad. It's terrible. But you're gonna bear with me on this one. This one should be no, it should be like this. It's a dark blue. How do you say ardoise in English? Slate. It's a slate roof. But I can't find the proper color, so I'm just gonna use this navy blue thingy. It's gonna look very funny now. But oh well. Let's go with that. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, Louis XVI inherited of this state, a state in a poor state, and he couldn't. Well, he was kind of a detached king. Like he didn't care much about anything. Like you could say he didn't care about the people, but actually he didn't care about the court itself. He didn't care about the court itself either. He didn't care about the state of affairs. He was kind of. This guy would have been a better, I don't know, random rich dude or something like that. Someone who inherited of some riches but didn't care about them, something like that. It would have been fine if he was just a regular noble or something like that, but he was basically the king of France, so he had to
assume the responsibility of being a king, and he didn't quite like it at some point. And unfortunately, well, that kind of cost him his head in the end. Which is not a very nice way of parting, but yeah. And then it plunged down the state of the whole country, the whole French country, into a state of chaos and disarray, which is not a good thing, but well, those who wanted a revolution had it at least. Heh. So when nowadays some people are saying, yeah, let's do another revolution, I'm like, yeah, sure, do it. You do it. We're not in the same position as our ancestors from 1780s used to be. But hey, heavy digressing here. I know, but I'm kind of the expert at digressing, as you can, well, as you could probably, as you probably already know. As you probably already knew, I meant. How do I fix my perspective? I don't. That's the thing. You don't. You can't. I'm just gonna deal with it and just do something like this. Yeah, that's okay-ish. Yes. Kinda. Okay, my perspective is gonna be all over the place. But whatever. Oh, no. This blue. Great giraffes revealed to be vicious carnivores in groundbreaking studies. Okay. What was I talking about? Yeah, art to play. What can I say? What else can I say about the convention? Wait, is it? I'm testing something. Yeah, obviously. And how about this? No, it's not working. I was basically just testing my stylus because I didn't try to use the other functions and was thinking, yeah, is there a kind of eraser or something? And yeah, the answer is a big no. But I expected that. Anyway, yes, this convention, apart from this attendance problem, well, on the first day, since it was fixed on the second day, it was kind of a nice, chill convention. And yeah, the only qualms I have about it, but that's something that I can. That's one of the problem I have with almost all convention, I guess. It's a lot of them are kind of saying, "Oh yeah, we're actively fighting against bootlegs and counterfeits and stuff like that." And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's all fine and dandy, but most conventions don't do their job. Well, don't do their job properly about fighting that, and that's kind of a bummer, to be honest, because I'm not like the most virulent people when I'm talking about that. Like, I'm not saying, yeah, like the copyright holders, they need to have more power or anything like that. No, if anything, I'm thinking about the opposite. In Japan, it's kind of fine because they got a different fair use copyright laws compared to us or even the US, to be honest. Like, you probably don't know about it, but in France, we got some kind of parody law. Like, you can make a parody of something and go scot-free. But in Japan, for example, parody is something that's very vast. Like, well, I'm not gonna. Well, you probably know about it. Like, there is tons of doujinshis, like the spicy and the not spicy one, that are about
each and every license is outside. Like you can find everything. Naruto, well, even right from very mainstream stuff from Naruto and stuff to something way more niche. Like I don't know. Let me find something. A manga that's kind of very random that nobody really hear about. I don't know. Let's see. Like in the last comic cat I attended, there were like stuff like Dagashkashi. Don't know if you still remember this one. It was a manga that was adapted into an anime, but back when I went there, it was like the anime was already it was out for quite a bit of time and was not popular at all anymore. And you've got lots of stuff like that's why I really like the comic cat because there is very tons. There's really tons of stuff to see out there, like the creatives, uh, the people that are actually creating those stuff. They have lots of ideas and lots of different stuff they want to do, and they are not bothered by it, about doing it. I mean, if you want to do some kind of spicy doujinshi about almost everything, it's always kind of okay, like kind of fine, as long as you don't name it itself, like as long as you don't try to pass as the author of, or even having proper authorization for that. Like most of the time, it's like nobody cares about it. The only one that really cares about it are people like Nintendo, and even they kind of eased up a bit about that. But you found a lot of I'm thinking companies like Nitro Plus, for example, or even Type Moon, like the one behind Fate Grand Order, Fate Stay Night, and I don't know, for Nitro Plus, Steins Gate, and Chaos Head, and Sonico, Super Sonico, and even other company like MiHoYo, which is basically a Chinese one, is kind of using the same models of them. And are just saying, yeah, as long as you don't make XX tons of money or XX amount of goods, doujinshis, whatever, we're fine with it. And that's a big improvement compared to us, because in France, most of the time, it's like, yeah, nobody's gonna tell you that. Nobody's gonna tell you, yeah, it's fine to make a doujinshi, even a non-spicy one, I mean, about a license. The only thing that you could pull off would be the parody right. And the parody right in France is actually very limited. Like, the only things that are covered are parody as in a humoristic one. Like if you are mocking something, yeah, in France that's fine. I guess that's something we have we've always had historically. But yeah, if you are making a parody of something that's kind of humoristic, yeah, that's fine. But if it's not, like if you do something like an adult doujinshi or adult only doujinshi or something that only even uses the same universe as something that already exists, yeah, you could be in some troubles. And that's something that I quite don't like about copyright laws in France, because I get it, like doing parody stuff is not as creative as doing original things. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, but there's just so many stuff that we could actually build on, like even humoristic stuff, like, but not the ones that are mocking stuff, are kind of like kind of gray zone sometimes. And there's always been some how do you call it again? Names. God damn it, my English. Trials, but condemnation. Like, wait, sentences. That's what I wanted. On people for making parody of stuff. I remember some parodies of Tintin. I don't know if you know about it. Tintin. Which is a very famous comics that lots of French and European people know about, because it's been around for a long time. And basically the main author of it died a long time ago. Like, I can't remember if it was like 30 years ago or... Yeah, at least 30 years ago, I would say. Let me check that out. Yeah, more than that. 40 years ago, the main author for Tintin, just died. Okay. But the people that inherited it, like his successors, got kind of greedy with it. Like, very greedy. And nowadays, there is a joke going around about the fact that if you say Tintin like 3 times in the same sentence, the Moulin Sarr Foundation, which is basically the foundation the successors made about it, are gonna send you a bill for the copyrights over it. And that's basically a joke because we prefer to joke about it, but that's actually something that have happened in the past. Like, I know there was a parody of Tintin that was made in the 90s, I think. I can't remember if it was in the 90s or a bit later on. But they were sued by the Moulin Sarr Foundation for that. And that's a bit like, it's a bit of a bummer that we are not allowed to make some kind of parody content, like, at all. Or if you do, it's like, yeah, you are gonna have to be kind of very how do I say it, discreet about it. Like, you are not gonna, you will want to do that like only in one convention or something like that, and all. Well, obviously some stuff are gonna fare better than other. Like, if you do, I don't know, like can badges of a series, like nobody's gonna care about that. But if you go and do a full-blown adult-only doujinshis about a series, like a French one or something like that, if it's a famous one, obviously, because otherwise nobody's gonna care. There's a bit of a gray zone thingy about, yeah, if the people can't sue you, well, too bad for them. Sucks to be them. I should put down some trees now. Some trees. Alright, let me... Guess I'm gonna end the stream with these drawings, as long as it sells or something like that, because it's already getting a bit late, and I only wanted to do a bit of a 1 hour stream or something like that. But yeah, I guess in the end it didn't turn out. It turned out to be a bit longer than that, because I love talking about lots of things. Let me put that down here. Okay. It's kind of a bushy filling tree around here. Let's put it down like this. There is a bit of a... let's put down... There's a bit of a hedge going around here. It's gonna be quite hard to draw properly because my perspective once again is all over the place. So I'm just gonna draw it like that. Like this. Is it a proper hedge? I don't know. Probably not. And there are some square looking trees around here. That's very bad. It's like this, this. And the trunk is actually going out in the back, like that. And let's go with this. Yes, fine. Yes, like that. Look how cool it is. Terrible, it's terrible. Um, terrible art. Lots of artists are getting triggered over those, I guess. And even myself, I'm kind of triggered at my own attempt at putting down perspectives. But never said I was a good artist, I guess. Yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, during art to play, I actually managed to meet up with, meet my both of my mothers, like Ad and Mio. Was cool seeing them. I mean, seeing them physically. Wait, that was, should have drawn that before I drew that tree. The fact that I can't have any access to any layers or anything like that makes it very difficult to do anything. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm ashamed of myself. What the heck, like the windows are not properly aligned. They are not properly aligned, like to them between themselves and with the ground. Like it feels like those last windows are kind of like falling apart on the right. Yeah, it looks terrible. That's great. Let's put down some more details around. So yeah, I met up with both Mio and Ad during this convention, which was, it's always nice to meet up with those people. Like I couldn't manage to meet up with them like in quite a bit of time. So I guess that's a cool thing. And I really hope those anime conventions are gonna stay this time because, well, with the pandemic we had a lot of cancellation, and yeah, anime convention it was almost like, well, I'm sure some people felt like that, but it was like, yeah, what is that? Like, I can't. I'm not gonna say I can't even remember how it was, how it used to be, but it's like, it's a bit like that, to be honest. Like, how was it before? I forgot how it was before COVID. I drew that very badly. Let me redraw that. It should be a kind of snake or something like that. Well, not snake, but a wavy feeling around here, wavy sculpture around here. But yeah, once again, details. Can't draw them properly. There's some kind of thingy around here. Another one around. Wait, that wasn't the place. I should have put it down. Ah, god damn it. Damn! It's around here. Because it goes down here. Stop being dumb, Sebastian. I'm saying Sebastian as if my name wasn't Sebastian, but Sebastian. Because I'm starting to get accustomed to people calling me like that in English. Nah. I'm losing my own French over here. Let's put down a cloud. Whoa, cloud. Thingy. Cloudy feeling around. Yes. Another one here. Way. I don't know how to draw clouds, so I'm just gonna go with something very random. Alright, let's put down those last windows on the left and be done with it. I guess there is some kind of lamp poles, but it's hard to draw them. Actually, read me. Yeah. Yeah. Let's draw. I'm gonna try to draw one because I want to. If I were to put down one like Ah, but this drawing is already way too messy. Like there was way too much things around. Let me put that down. Let me just draw that like this and that. Yeah, let's stop touching that part. That's fine as is. So yeah, meeting up with those, and I actually also met up with some other people that I haven't met for quite a bit of time. Like some people I actually met way before the pandemic struck. Because, well, there are some people from the region of Nantes that I've been knowing for quite a bit of time, and unfortunately, I didn't see all those peoples in the last anime convention I attended before COVID happened. So yeah, those people I haven't seen them for more than 2 years now, and seeing them again in those well, not condition, but in those circumstances. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Was kind of nice. Well, despite those circumstances, it was kind of nice to see them again. You know, get a feel. Oh, I messed up again. Okay, I was actually supposed to do some kind of smaller windows, but those were supposed to be on top, and those ones were supposed to be like here. Um. Oh well, that's too bad. Let's put down the smaller one in here. Let's call that something artistic and say, yeah, that's definitely something that I planned because I wanted to reverse the conventions or something like that. I'm gonna try to bullshit my way out of this. Not saying every artist is doing that, but well, at least I'm gonna do that. Heh. Yeah, it looks kind of bad. In a nice way. I forgot his details around here. So that at least I got the same amount of details here and there. And this kind of arch thingy around here and here. What did I forget? What did I forget? Yes, those kind of small details up here. 3D printing to replace normal printing by next year, say analysts. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm gonna put down some more details around before turning it over. So yeah, it was a nice convention and I really enjoyed my time over here. It was a bit... yeah. Despite all its flaws, it's still a good anime convention. And even what I said about... oh yeah, I didn't quite finish about bootleg stuff. Yeah, this anime convention actually makes it one of its priority to fight bootleg and stuff, and I'm fine with that. I'm actually definitely fine with that, and I kind of want them to continue on doing that. But the problem I have with that, and well, unlike other conventions, like, okay, I'm gonna digress a bit, but a lot of anime conventions are actually saying that, and even some of them are not saying that as well, and they are not doing anything to try and fight having counterfeit and bootlegs and stuff. So you're gonna find some weird looking figures and clothing, and yeah, just happens. And actually, this one, what's kind of ticking me off a bit is the fact that they are actively saying, yeah, we are fighting against counterfeit stuff, which is fine, and they have actually
closed down, I think, one booth during this convention that was actively selling. I can't remember exactly what they were selling, but they were selling bootleg stuff. Okay, fine. I can't remember if it was figures or clothing, but something along those lines. And that's fine. I'm not gonna say the opposite on that. But the main problem I had, and that's actually what I was talking about with my staff friend, is the fact that there were some blatant other counterfeit stuff lying around. Like there were some posters, some guys that was selling plastified posters, like poster under plastic, wrapped under plastic or something like that. Can't really know how I would call it in English because yeah, I would say plastified, but is that the correct word for that? I don't know. And yeah, there were bootleg stuff. Like you could clearly see they had some Pokemon stuff, some Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff. They had some Doctor Who stuff. They had some Harry Potter stuff. They had some Lord of the Rings stuff, etc., etc., etc. And already the sheer amount of licenses they had is kind of, you know, triggering some kind of alarm in my head. Like, you don't normally sell all those kind of licenses in one go. And where am I about to sign? I'm gonna sign in this cloud. Actually, let's expand this one. And what kind of triggered me even more was the fact that actually, if you were going like a few meters away from that booth, you had a very, very legit one selling the same exact Pokemon illustration, but not in a poster form. Like, well, it was a poster, but in a framing itself. And the problem I had with those posters, like the counterfeit one, it was that you could clearly see that the coloring was off. Like the colors of the Pokemon themselves were off. Like they were selling, it was an illustration with Pikachu. I think they had Pikachu, Eevee, and lots of Eevee evolutions. Like there were a Flareon, Leafeon, Umbreon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Espeon, and so on and so forth. I can't remember the exact number of them, but you get the point. And actually, if you were looking at Eevee and Flareon, they were off. Like, it felt like they were darker than they used to be. Like, Flareon was actually looking brown when he should be looking orange-red, something like that. I'm very bad at color, once again, so yeah, bear with me on this one. But he was looking brown, which is not the color that I would expect Flareon to look like. And Florida man fits alligator with Matisse painting. Okay. Actually, let me screenshot this one, because I don't know if it's gonna be the last one I do, because there is only one space I can put it in. Let's write down Trillory. For king and country, or something like that. I'm not very much inspired by this one. Let's see. I'm not gonna draw another one. I'm just gonna wait until she sees it and see how she react to it. So. Oh, I can go bling bling on the thingy here. What's my money looking like? Yeah, I can. Oh, what? 7C3? 7C3? What happens if I type it on my keyboard? Nothing? Well, if you're not gonna buy it, well, just move away. I'm just waiting on Marie to see my painting and tells me it's great. And give me some good boys point or something like that.
Um, yeah, so those posters, what kind of I wanna say it pissed me off quite a bit because it was like it was so obvious. Like you couldn't really for some counterfeit stuff like clothings, like partially those special clothing, like they had some extravagant. Wow, I'm gonna try to negotiate that. Okay, I can't do that much more, but okay. Oh, clapping. Yes, thank you. Yes, 22,000. So now I'm at 32,000, which is great. Okay, I'm just gonna end the stream here, but I kind of want to do something, not leaving it like that. Let's do the invalid. Oh, hello, ghost. Why are you here? There is nothing in here. Go away. Shoo, shoo. Psh. And let's draw the main part, so the mausoleum of the invalid, and I'm stopping whenever I'm done with talking about this. Oh, I'm gonna just yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, the thing is, like, it's when it's not obvious. I understand that. Like, you have those clothing bootleg stuff. Like, they had some kimonos of Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff. Like, either like cosplay looking stuff or just yeah, you've got a kimono with um, logos on it or anything like that looks like it evokes some kind of character from the anime or the manga, where the license, yeah, the IP, that's the term I should use. And yeah, the thing is, yeah, for those one, it's kind of hard to guess it's a bootleg because those things are difficult to detect, and even stuff like figurines, well, figures. I had this one staff friend that asked me to actively tell him if some figures from booths were like legit or not, and I came over and was like, yeah, those are bad looking one, but those are legit actually, and it pains me to see them being sold at that price, but those are legit. Like they had some prizes figure, you know, the one in you get in UFO Catcher in Japan, and basically if you buy them from a second-hand shop in Japan, you can get them for maybe 1,000 yen, which would translate into something like $10, 10 euros, maybe a bit more, like maybe $15. Okay, because I knew the dollar is a bit lower than the euros, but yeah, they were sold at something like 30 euros, which makes it maybe $40, which is very expensive, I guess. And if you were to buy it from Mandarake, obviously it's not going to be that price. I'm saying Mandarake, but really any second-hand shops that are selling those kind of things. And yeah, it pains me to see them at that price, but that's actually the proper one. And I'm not gonna criticize anyone for trying to do business this way. Like, it kind of feels like a rip-off, but if people are happy with being ripped off, paying that amount of money, well, okay, please do. I mean, that's your business, not mine, certainly. And that's why I'm bad at business. Well, those kind of business, at least. So, yeah, let's... Wait, let me... I'm gonna try something. I do something like that. Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible. If I do it like this... And correcting that... Like this... And then... Refining it. Yes, that's not all that good looking, but at least that's something, I guess. I do it like this, and then oh yeah, like this. And then there is a cross on top of that. but now yeah, I'm gonna say I've just censored the cross so that it's not a religious looking thingy. But yeah, for those posters, it was like very obvious, and I didn't understand how they just let it go like that. And basically, when my friend went over and asked me to help him and identified what was bootleg, what wasn't, I was like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, mate, but you're asking me that, and I'm helping you with that. But you're asking me like 3 hours away from the convention from closing. That's not the way you should do it. You should have come to me or anyone else. I actually told him, yeah, there are probably some other people that are better than me at identifying bootlegs. Because I'm not, I'm not saying I'm not good at it at all, but yeah, there are definitely people that are better than me. And she was like, yeah, but that's still cool of you to help. And I was like, okay, let me help anyway. But 3 hours away from the end of the convention is like, yeah, what can you do about it? And actually, he couldn't manage the management to actually come over and close down those illegal stuff. And that's kind of a bummer for me because he was like, yeah, but next time they're gonna be banned, they're not gonna be able to get a booth here, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but it's already too late. Like, I know how those people operate. What's gonna happen? Like next year, maybe they're gonna apply and they're gonna be rejected because they sold bootleg last time. But it's not gonna change anything because they're basically just gonna change name. They're just gonna make a new company from the ground up and just be like, oh yeah, but nothing happened. This one is a new one. It's proper or whatever BS you want to put that down with that. And they're just gonna be back to normal operation again. And that's what quite pisses me off because you can't really do anything about it. I've actually, in the past, small story time, I've actually actively worked with customs on that. Like I've got the direct lines of some custom officers to work with them on that. And that was like, when I had that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm super happy because I'm gonna be able to do something like proper about it. But in the end, nothing really much changed because they have some very limited, I wouldn't say powers, they've got the power to close down a shop, that's right, but they're only sending teams of, I don't know, 10, 15 people, well, not even that, no, 10 people or less. They're gonna close down like 1 or 2 booths, and at some convention, like if you know Japan Expo is actually the biggest European convention, anime convention, and it's held in Paris during the beginning of July. I'm not doing any ad for them, but yeah, basically everybody is almost every anime fan is coming to Japan Expo, despite the heavy criticisms they always had about it. Even I heavily criticize Japan Expo for all the things they are doing. But despite that, I'm still coming because just like everyone else, I'm coming not for Japan Expo itself, but because other people are going to Japan Expo. I'm just coming to see friends and stuff. But yeah, I in Japan Expo, I remember we had like 2 booths being closed down because we basically tipped off the customs about it, about them selling counterfeit stuff, because it's actually the customs in France that handles that. And the problem is, we actually managed to close down 2 of them. Yeah, cool, and it was great and all, and it was a bit of a show, like going in and closing them down. The next day, one of them didn't come back. Yeah, okay, that's cool, actually, cool, something done. And the other one, he just came back, but without the stuff he had the previous day, which could be fine. Except he was just selling some other stuff. Like, I'm just making that up because obviously I can't remember the license, well, the IPs themselves. But it's like, yeah, they got fined for selling, I don't know, Naruto clothing, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we're not gonna do that anymore." And next day they're coming back, yeah, but not with Naruto clothing, no, but with counterfeit One Piece clothing. And unfortunately, the people, the organizer from Japan Expo, they don't want to do shit about that because those are paying customers for them. They are paying lots of money for that, for having a booth there. So they don't really care about it, despite them saying, "Yeah, we really like fighting bootleg stuff and not having those and blah blah blah." Well, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but you are not doing shit about it. We had to actively go and work with the customs as some random people to have more effect than the convention organizers themselves. And that's something that shouldn't happen. And yeah, that yeah, that's always something that kind of taking me off. And okay, I guess I was thinking, yeah, my pencil is way too wide, but I was at the minimum and it wasn't. Okay. So yeah, in this convention, this anime con, I was like, yeah, that's cool. They are fighting it actively, but in the end, there's only so much they could do. And when I talked about it afterwards, I was told, yeah, that's because the organizer, David, the one I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, he was like overwhelmed with the stuff about uh, the problems about entries, like people not being able to enter the convention and stuff. And I'm like, yes, that's fine. Actually, that's fine, and that's fair of him to handle that because that's a priority. Number one is getting people inside because otherwise, even if you don't have any bootleg stuff, well, there's no point if no visitor can come in. That's fine. That's actually decent stuff. But after this issue was resolved, he didn't come back for those bootleg stuff. And that's one thing that I kinda don't understand why it happened. Why he couldn't do a new round of going around and saying, "Oh yeah, this thing is bootleg. Let's shut this booth down," or something like that. And yeah, that's a bit too bad. I'm not holding it too much against him because yeah, he ultimately he's just one man trying his best to fight those things, and he's fighting those people that are in this business, that have been in this business for way longer than he has been into organizing conventions. So I don't really hold it against him, but yeah, he could have done a bit better. At least what I can give him credit for is that yeah, he's at least doing better than most conventions that are not even caring about it. That's a big plus. And I really hope he's gonna be able to look back at this one and be like, yeah, next time let's do better than that. Actually, I'm fine. I already told my friend about it. I'm fine with them contacting me prior to the event and just to have me on site. I would say for that. I'm fine with helping them with that, but I also told him, yeah, but there are much better people than me at detecting counterfeit goods. He should contact them instead of me. Because they are gonna be way more efficient and have better arguments to pose a threat for them. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Let me just sign that. I'm not gonna deliver it yet because I'm not done with that. I'm just gonna write it down here. So, the lead Actually, that's cool looking. I'm gonna keep it that way, I guess. I just want to write it down because I'm pretty much sure next time I'll be playing the game I'll be like, okay, what the heck? What are they trying to draw here? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, because it's already almost 1 a.m. and I kind of wanted to end it at midnight plus. Well, it's not 1 a.m. yet, so I guess that's still fine. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna end it here. No point in continuing that. Well, what can I say? Yes, last time. Well, this time I've got my schedule around. I've posted my schedule for this week, so next time. Well, actually, let me. Let's close this one down and let's switch over to my normal. Where is my mouse cursor? Yes, exit the game. Cool. Let's hope it's saved properly, otherwise I'm gonna be, yeah, very annoyed. Wait, why is my model over here? That's cool. Okay. Wait. Yes, looking forward. So yes, I've posted my new schedule a bit late this time because I couldn't get home until, well, almost the time I posted my schedule. To be honest, I've been thinking about it on my trip back from Nantes. So yeah, I just posted it as soon as I could do it. So yes, this week let's talk a bit about this schedule this week. So tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm gonna play a bit of Bright Memory Infinite, which is a cool game that I've been playing. I played the prologue for it, which was Bright Memory, I think Bright Memory only. Which is a kind of, how do I describe it? It's a bit of a singular game on this one. It's an FPS with guns, obviously, but also swords, and it's kind of a mixed looking thing. Well, game about. It's as if you would mix some kind of action RPG into an FPS, which is giving some very cool vibes. I remember playing the prologue, which was not very long, and like 1 hour or 2 hours long. And I just realized the full game, or at least full game, kinda, was released last week. I think on Thursday, maybe Thursday or Friday. I can't really remember, but whatever. I want to play it, so I've just put it down on Tuesday, like tomorrow, for streaming. So tomorrow and, well, Tuesday and Thursday, I've put forward a bit the schedule, so this time it's gonna be on 2100 CET, like Eastern, Central Eastern Time. Well, European time, let's call it like that, because that's what we want. So my time is gonna be 9 p.m. and on Pacific time it's gonna be 12 p.m. 1200 PST. So that's gonna be my new, at least for this week. I'm gonna test out if I can, if I'm able to start properly at 2100. Not sure it's gonna be something I'm gonna keep that way. Maybe I'll revert back to something like 22, but I want to test it at least, because at least that will enable me to either stream for 1 hour more or just go to bed 1 hour earlier, which would be great. To be honest, I've been lacking sleep a lot. So yeah, on Tuesday, Bright Memory Infinite. Not really sure. Well, I know what to expect from playing the previous game, but not sure what to expect from this one, except from the mechanics being the same. Oh, there is a lot of bullet time inside of it as well. That was a cool mechanic, if I remember correctly. On Thursday, I'm gonna play some Crosscode once again, continuing what we started 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yeah. And well, I streamed about it last week as well. So some crosscode on Thursday and some crosscode on Sunday as well. I'm gonna do 2 times streaming on those because I know this game is gonna be quite long. So as I'm still liking it a lot, so I want to get as much done as possible because I like it and I want to finish it properly. I hope I'm not gonna take risks too much and go into too many side quests and stuff, because yeah, it's already a long enough game like that. And on Saturday, I'm gonna play some Chernobyl, continuing the spooky monster stuff. Well, bonking them mainly. I'm not that spooky, to be honest. And I guess that's it. Yes, Tuesday, tomorrow, Bright Memory at the usual 21 time. Thursday, crosscode. Saturday, Chernobyl. Sunday, crosscode again. I hope this time I won't have any troubles with my streaming. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Well, I've mentioned it a bit last week. I finally managed to get my hands on a new graphic card, a nice and sweet 3070. So this time I've actually tested it out, and on Chernobyl it will look very slick, like DLSS on and all that cool stuff. And now I can finally play at 60 FPS while streaming at 60 FPS, which is very good. Actually, Passpartout didn't lag today, which is a big improvement over the last stream, which was very laggy. Yes, I guess I probably said it all. So yes, on that, I hope you enjoyed your time. I certainly did enjoy my time on Passpartout, chilling with you guys and talking a lot about random stuff, and my weekend back on anime conventions. Yay! I hope to see you all tomorrow for that Bright Memory streaming, and in the meantime, I'm gonna wish you a good evening, a good night, or a good day, wherever you are. And yes, see you around tomorrow, or maybe this weekend. I don't know. Anyway, goodbye, bonne soirée, and bonne nuit.